Oh, I'm not looking at you. Are we good to
Oh,
go?
yeah, we're good to go.
Oh, hooray. Here we are once again. You might ask yourself, who are these fools? Well, let me tell you. My name is Shawn Fritz. That fella right there is
Christian Ingram.
hooray. And we are idiots. We are also here to what is this? Geez, it's been a while since we've done this. This is a joint production between the Power Rangers Guy YouTube channel and the Power Rangers in Cyberspace audio podcast.
Yes.
Did I do it right?
I guess. I mean, I know you haven't done it in a while, but hey, I mean, we're back. And we got a lot of episodes to review, so this might take a little while.
Yeah, well, and you might be wondering why are they reviewing Power Rangers episodes? Are these ones in the archive? And to that I say, no, good sir. No. No. That wasn't a microphone effect. That was just me cupping my hands over the microphone.
And trying to be funny.
Anyways, so so yeah, we for some way, shape, or form, we got hooked up by our friends from this British channel Pop that has already aired the next 5 or 6 episodes of Power Rangers Beast Morphers season 2.
Yeah.
So basically, Hasbro hasn't learned from last year when people watched the episodes and they didn't get any primetime play on Nick, any ratings, or less anyway, because adults watch them. So
Like
thank you to
us.
our friend. Yeah, we are adults. That's where that ends.
You know what else the viewers might be wondering about?
Why the hell you're wearing a headband?
No, your little baby beard.
It's not a baby beard. It's my first attempt at growing facial hair as a 37-year-old man. Partly because it doesn't usually come in very fast or very thick, although my dad can grow a rockin' beard, but not like a great big bushy beard. And so, because I normally travel for work, I don't want to look like a 14-year-old boy who doesn't know how to shave. So I just let it grow, and this semi-thin, thick-ish beard, facial hair thing is what has stayed. Although I do hate the fact that, which side is it on? Right here. Nope, other side. Is a gray spot in my beard, my goatee, that actually looks like I have no hair there. I do. But stay 6 feet away and you won't know. And you'll still think that I have no baby beard hair, as you like to call it.
Baby beard. But
Yeah.
they're not here to listen to you talk about your baby beard.
I still hate you, by the way.
That's fair. I mean, it's okay. I understand.
I don't
What are
think
they
you
here
do.
to what are they here to hear us talk about?
How dumb we are is number one, or just to hear how dumb we are. But secondly, to brief recaps of Beast Morphers season 2 episodes 9, 10, and 11 and 12, but also the episode 13 Grid Connection team up. Hooray!
Jazz
The
hands.
Dino War that spanned all of 1 1/4 episodes.
I mean, but the build up to it was at least 5 episodes.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they did make a nod to other dimensions and other, like they did in the very first episode of the first season with the mayor talking about Rita and Sledge.
And Galvanax.
Yeah, they were in that dimension, though. He didn't talk about other dimensions. They just kind of reaffirmed it like they did in Dimensions in Danger with, hey, there's actually 3 legit Power Rangers timeline or dimensions.
I'm sure there's more, and we'll get into that later. But
But
I
those
mean,
seasons haven't aired yet.
nope, not yet. But I mean, it was cool to see the first episode. What was it? Episode
The one with Dr. K.
yeah, what is it called? Intruder alert? No. The Evox
It was
snare.
the Evox snare. It was the first episode. They're like, hey, I was reading a thing about this person in another dimension named Dr. K. It's like, I don't think there's such a thing as interdimensional scientific white papers.
With the morphing grids, you never know.
Good point.
So, and
It
especially
is a
with Nate.
it is a big unknown, the Morphin Grid.
Now, have you watched RPM?
I haven't, and I feel bad saying that because I hear it's a really good season.
Oh, it's honestly, it's I like In Space, and Space is my favorite, but as far as story wise, RPM's better.
Yeah,
Yeah, so get on it. It's on Netflix.
yeah, I know. I'll get there.
Vroom
I'll
vroom.
get there. I mean, I got more time now to watch all 20. Well, the 21 seasons that I have to catch up on and refamiliarize myself with
And
until PMC.
especially Super Mega Force with Troy. That's your favorite.
Yeah, how'd you know? Troy's my favorite. That's about it. And I hate you all in the chat that are going to say stupid stuff about it. You know who you are.
It's my favorite though. But yeah, get into Evox Snare. Tell us the description of it.
Oh, I don't have Wikipedia up, but I'll tell you what happens, and
That's
it's real
fair.
brief. Basically, in this episode, in the episode before, the cliffhanger, by the way, I now have them up. Uh, but in the episode before that, before the break, it was, hey, the mayor and Evox, the team now knows that they're the same, basically. So in this episode, the Evox snare, the main thing was that the team splits Evox and the mayor doesn't remember, but we do see a flashback to when the mayor was in the Evox dimension and how all that happened, which I think was kind of neat.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then in Intruder Alert, episode 10, there was a message that was received. What do you know? They misconstrued it, and they said that someone named Ryjax was coming. So, of course, they capture Metal Hero Guy. And
Space
because
Sheriff Gavin.
yeah, because he can't speak, because he's got, I don't know, he's got, his lips need recharged or something, which we find out later in the next episode that he is basically Cyborg from the Justice League movies.
I actually okay, so like I want to stop you right there. What is your opinion on them bringing in other like Sentai heroes? Like last year they brought in Jiraiya from Metal Heroes. This year it's Space Sheriff Gavin, who in Japan is like the oldest metal hero.
Hmm. Um, he honestly looked a lot like something that was out of VR Troopers, which is probably a Metal Heroes show as
Yes,
well.
that's exactly the one he was from, I think.
Oh, really? He was that old?
Yeah, he was like
Oh,
he was
wow.
the first
Hmm. Oh,
metal
so
hero.
he goes like way back to like the pre Power Rangers stuff as well.
I believe so. Don't quote me on it,
Hmm.
but I believe so. So
I
like
mean, that means that Saban Brands, now Hasbro, probably still has that license to do what they will with it.
but does that mean they have the license to use footage with like Common Riders?
Well, they did try that Kamen Rider show.
Masked Rider.
Yeah.
We
Wow.
should review that for our Patreon.
Yeah, we got to make one first.
I got you.
But that what is it? Kamen Rider is way too, like, they look more like villains than like in the Power Rangers universe than they do in I don't think they'd fit as well
Um,
as I mean, maybe like the Grasshopper, maybe.
I mean, if they brought him in like they brought in Chaco or Space Sheriff Gavin as like not a ranger, but as like maybe an intergalactic force or something different.
Yeah, like they were off-world or something.
Yeah, I mean, even if they brought him in as masked riders and like from the planet Edenoid, because it's canon in the Power Rangers universe.
In the main dimension, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, we'll see what they do with that, but like his introduction was good. I mean, as soon as you saw him, like everybody knew he's a good guy, but the Rangers are like, "Nah, Chief."
Yeah, well, because they had that red herring or that misdirect of Ryjack is coming,
Mm-hmm.
and then they stumble upon the VR Trooper, and
They go
they,
yeet.
yeah, pretty much. And then they charge his face mask up with Morphex, which is like the universal car charger.
Apparently, which we
I
find
mean,
out in later episodes.
exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about, which is where I was going to go with it too.
So they capture him, and then they get an alert. Hey, another alien's on the planet, and I mean, they
They're like,
go.
oh no.
Yeah, they're like, oh no, let's go see what's happened. And before this, he had traveled to Evox's dimension and brought back Vargoyle, Golden Vargoyle.
Yeah, and I probably should watch those episodes that had Gargoyle in it the first time.
Oh, you haven't watched those yet?
No, I'm a busy man. I'm still employed.
So am I.
You're doing one job. I'm doing two at work right now.
Actually, I do like 3 jobs at work, but we'll get into that later. Um,
You have time to call me during the workday.
I do.
I don't have time to answer.
True. I don't call you that much though.
I know. Keep it that way.
True. 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 So, anyways,
Yeah, I mean
he
that one was just really to introduce those two, and then he's got this satellite from gun from basically from in space. The
satellite stunner.
Thank you. Uh, to reanimate anyone if they have a weapon from them or pretty much anything that they owned.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is how they're going to have to start making Roxy and Blaze. I mean, it makes sense, right?
Could make sense.
Because that machine, if they have to keep using Morphex to make them, why can't they just rebuild them as robots?
Yeah, that would make sense. I don't know. I haven't seen episode 14.
Power Rangers logic.
Yep, that's exactly what that is.
That won't happen. I mean, it won't. The logical thing won't happen. They'll use the aforementioned Power Rangers logic.
Power Rangers logic.
I love you when you drop it every time because then I have 7 or 8 of those now.
I know, and you're gonna keep using it. I mean, that's kind of my catchphrase on these things.
I'm going to keep abusing it, is what you mean.
Using and abusing it.
Oh, I forgot I have more. Let's see what these are.
Power Rangers logic. Power Rangers logic.
Believe it or not, they are different files.
Jesus Christ. At least I stay on pitch.
Hell no.
Hell no. But anyways,
Tangent Town.
yeah, that's where we're at. But so getting back to the episode, he
We're
goes.
idiots.
Yeah, Ryjack goes to fight the Rangers, and what do you know? He brings back Putty Patrollers and Vivix.
Which was, we knew it's coming, but that was kind of nice to see that. And there's other ones too that they bring out at some point too.
So, how did you like seeing Putty Patrollers in 2020?
I was on the fence until they made the Putty Patrol noise. You know, my tongue hits every single part of my mouth and makes a noise.
Can you do the noise for us? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
No, because you will capture the video and I hate you so much.
Come on, Shawn, just do the voice once.
Did you hear it?
Nah,
My microphone's not sensitive enough.
but you are.
I didn't do it. I have a job, remember, and I don't trust you enough.
So they fight the Putty Patrollers and the Vivix, and I mean, one of them says, "What are these things?" And they go, "Bruh, they're Putty Patrollers. They've been fighting Rangers for years." But he says it in an Australian
Robbie
accent.
says that. Robbie says that, and Rajak responds in it's actually a Kiwi accent.
Okay.
New Zealand.
I thought it was Australian, but hey,
I mean, I'm guessing.
I don't know. So they fight them off, and they fight Vargoyle, and the Ravi and Zoe get hit by his horn.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got, and they figure out that Space Sheriff or Chaco is not
Count
a bad
Chocula.
guy. Yeah, they give him his thing, and it recharges him with Morphex, and he actually starts speaking English.
Yeah, and basically they realize he's a good guy. He's the G5 cop, and he heals them because he's seen this before. And if it had been 1 minute later, they might not have been healed, or some obvious stakes that no one knew about until then.
Obviously. So,
I mean, and then there was Ben and Betty with a plant. Ugh.
they just, I don't know. I don't really like them this season. Is what it is, though. But the Red Ranger, the Gold Ranger, the Silver Ranger, and Chaco go to fight Ryjack. And didn't Roxy and Blaze? I don't remember. Did they show up?
In that episode, they were kind of in and out. They were mainly in their get up, their season 2 get up outfits, not their civilian mode.
True.
They were
So
probably there, and there was a lot of screen time for them over the next few episodes, which was, I guess, good for a change.
yeah, it wasn't bad. So what happened? They fight Vargoyle. Chaco and Devin fight Vargoyle and destroy him, and he got.
Yeah, he did. They both did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not in 11 in the Greater Good. In 12, though, Finders Keepers. I have a few gripes about this episode. First of all,
I think you're skipping an episode.
well, Intruder Alert was when they showed up. The Greater Good.
Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's when they fix Chaku.
Mm-hmm.
They defeat Ryjack, and basically Ryjack's guns and weapon his reanimator gun, which is a very interesting movie called The Reanimator, by the way, unrelated to Power Rangers, obviously. And his reanimator gun and his weapon cache is available for whoever to find in the next episode.
Mm-hmm. So it wasn't really important. It was cool seeing Chaco's Zord, and then
and Steel wanting that thing so much.
He's like, "Yo, you trying to get rid of it? Like, I'm good with it."
Like, I'm good. I'll give you half what it's worth because you don't own it.
Mm-hmm.
So we just won't tell anybody where it ended up.
Yeah, but that was probably the coolest part, was seeing his Zord, and then he gets transported back, or not. He morphed back into a human because he's half cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see at the end him with his little girl.
Yeah, with the shortest message ever. Thanks, guys. Hug. Bye.
Hit the button.
But you didn't see them like leaning forward and like pressing the button. Freeze frame.
Yeah.
Because people that make videos don't seem to know how to freeze, and then go and press the button and edit that part out.
I think he's talking about me.
No, I'm just making a general comment. I'm really not talking about you this time.
Yeah, usually it's geared toward me, but hey, it is what it is. So that leads us into Finder's Keeper, and that was a really play on words.
Yeah, when I saw the name, I'm like, all right, Keeper's in this one. And by the way, I've never liked the Keeper character. He's like a Yoda ripoff, but he's also, unlike Yoda, he's not a sarcastic ass.
He's not the best mentor they've had, but he's damn sure not the worst. Yeah,
that's true. He's not mounted to a wall in a cave.
Or he's not the head of the Shiba house. He was pretty bad.
And what also is bad is the CG of his face. I cannot stand. I mean, like South Park in their first 2 seasons, when they were using color forms to change to do the animation, was better animated than Keeper's mouth, of just like stretching his mouth wide and closing it.
Yep. It is what it is. I mean, it's Power Rangers. We already know
it is bad. But, they had to save all that money that they would use for the CG of Keeper's mouth and face. And by the way, his eyes were just going like here to here to here to here.
Yeah.
They were just going in like a square pattern, just all the time. I'm like, all right, dude, you are weirding me out.
That's Shawn's favorite, though.
Hard pass. Keeper and Troy are on my all-star list of never show up again, please. Troy, the character, not the actor.
So if they casted him in a different role, you'd be okay?
Oh, yeah, big time. If they actually gave him something worthwhile.
So this episode starts out, they're looking for Ryjack's ship. They're like, oh, the stuff on his ship is too crazy and too dangerous to be left alone, and, got to put it in the Ranger Vault, which the Ranger Vault is pretty cool. I didn't expect that when we first got it, but we'll get back to that later. So Zoe, everybody's favorite character, finds this ship.
Yeah, and she doesn't listen. She's like, hey, I see it. I'm going to go ahead and go on there after everyone told me not to and wait. And what do you know? The ship self-destructs in about, a half a second?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, that was a quick self-preservation, or not self-preservation. I don't know. What's the word? Like, that was a quick security system.
Yeah.
Just in case you're like, no, don't stop.
It's like,
don't blow up.
We'll blow up in 3 seconds. You're like, what?
Yeah, it's like, well, I guess that is, in case anyone tries to get there. But when it blows up, all the weapons scatter. So that was highly ineffective. You know why it did that, though?
Because it did.
Because there's a perfectly good explanation for that.
And we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Thank you, Gose
But,
and Orville for jogging my memory.
Exactly. But it explodes. Zoe gets knocked out, and Roxy and Blaze are like, "Yeet, we gonna go get them weapons for you, Evox."
I'm sure that's exactly how they said it, cowboy.
Hey, it's exactly how they said it. Orville said he missed the episode live stream reviews.
Well, I think you should block him.
I'm sorry, we're dumb.
Yeah, we are. We acknowledge that. There is a level of self-aware here.
I mean, that's kind of our thing, though. We're probably the dumbest people in the Power Ranger review community.
I'm going to decline or disagree, but also I'm not going to further elaborate on that.
We say the dumbest stuff.
That part is true.
Yes. So all these weapons get scattered about, and Blaze and Roxy, like I said, show up, and they're like, "Oh my God, Snide's sword!" Even though he was in another dimension, and we shouldn't know about him, but Snide.
I have a lot to talk about that later.
Oh, please let me know.
Oh, don't worry, I will interrupt you. But yeah, and then Zoe like frisbee golf tosses the compliance collar, alliteration because it's Power Rangers, at Keeper. And what do you know? It just it hits him just in the right spot, and it latches on, and she's like, "Get out of there!" And he's like, "Oh, so sorry for looting."
Orville, he was just joking. He doesn't want to block you.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't block him. You would.
Exactly, but
just kidding.
No,
just kidding.
JK. So now the thing about the compliance collar. Can I get one of those? Because I'd love to put one on you.
You can get one, but I have such strong willpower that it won't work.
That's true.
I would tell you to take it. You know what? If you put one on me, I'd tell you to take it off.
Is it essentially a shock collar?
If you put one on me, it would make you listen to me. That's how strong my willpower is.
Is that how that works?
Just in this one, you know what it is?
Tangent Town. Power Rangers.
There we go.
Third time's a charm.
I'm on the wrong page. I got to go back to the first page. I know where it's at on the first page.
Oh, jeez, Rick. But so they bring back Snide, and then they're like, "Oh, the Rangers are showing up. Everybody hide." Like, what? You got Snide, and y'all both aren't bad yourself, so I'm pretty.
Yeah, but you got Snide. You don't have Heckle though.
Oh, I mean, they split at the end of Dino Charge or Dino Supercharge, so.
I know, but they reanimated him at some point. So Heckle was the one that's. Theory. Heckle was not as evil as Snide. Snide was Heckle's evil half. So when Heckle was like, "No, you can't do that," and Snide's evilness would skip up because he had competition. It's like, "All right, we're both here." Heckle's like, "No, don't do that," and Snide's like, "Yes," and he's like, "No," and he's like, "Yes, some more." So he would basically, the balance of power would be directly inverse to each other, or the good versus evil part. Yeah. The stronger your good, or the weaker the good, the more powerful and vicious the evil could be.
Now, that's true.
Theory.
But getting back to the episode, notice how much stuff they picked up.
Oh yeah.
They had
3 totes.
Yeah, Lord Zed's staff.
That was cool. I was like, oh damn.
I was like, yo, if they bring back Lord Zed, I'm gonna lose my shit.
I don't think they will, just because of these were already filmed, but Robert Axelrod passing not long ago. Unless he had recorded something or they lifted from before, audio from before.
Which, if you watched a later episode, that they did not. They used brand new voices. Even for past, scene stuff that was already filmed. It's like, why?
Because Danny Slavin was their lawyer.
I like that one. But
I know. I'm good about being funny.
Haha.
Anyways.
Oh my gosh. So the Rangers, everybody shows up and they're like, she's like, "Oh, I got him," and then he turns around and Devin goes, "You stupid blank! That's Keeper."
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
How? I studied Ranger history. Okay, dude. So did Noah. And apparently Tommy left a vlog on a private YouTube page of all the Power Rangers history up until that point.
Yeah. History of the Rangers or whatever it was called. That's see, I don't understand that clip
They
show.
should have just, you know what they should have done? They should have just played Link Ara's History of Power Rangers.
Yeah. I would have been okay with it.
You know what he points out?
Power Rangers logic.
All the time.
Yeah.
You should have him on the Ranger Experience.
I should try.
You should. Holler at him.
Holler at your boy.
Sure. Anyways.
But what was your favorite thing that they picked up? Like your favorite?
Oh, the Zed staff by far.
By far?
By far. I was like, oh, damn.
First off, I'm wondering where they got that. Because is it Zed staff?
Because it didn't have duct tape on it?
True. Or is it Thrax's staff from Once a Ranger?
That was in the future, though, wasn't it?
Huh? Once a Ranger was in Overdrive in 07.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of...
SPD.
I'm thinking of Time Force. But Time Force was in that crossover, right?
Which one? Once a
Thrax
Ranger?
is... No, Thrax was the son of Rita and Zed, right?
I mean, he didn't say it like that. He said it like, I am the son of Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed, and the orchestrator of your doom.
All that worked out for him.
Yeah, he big gone now.
He's big gone. He's big destroyed.
Big explosion.
We'll get to that later too. They went all out on this team up.
Oh my gosh. So, now getting back to it, I really do think like you need to watch the episode after this one. No, the one after the next one. No, I don't know.
You talking about the clip show?
Yeah, the clip show one.
The sports one or the clip special? The Making Bad.
I think it's Making Bad.
Yeah, that's the one where they figure out the clip show of who they figure out who they should reanimate.
But Evox already knew at the point. He's like, I know who I'm bringing back. But getting back to this episode, the Dino Charge Rangers show up.
Out of nowhere. Apparently they have a portal device.
So I'm actually not opposed to that because Coda already had one from Dimensions in Danger.
Okay, good point.
So it's like, what if they went around and just gave everybody portal devices? Like, here you go. Here's one. I mean, they gave one to the Ninja Steel crew after the end of the show when Sludge came back and you got the Sidarso team up.
Cool.
So
still won't watch it.
See, I feel like that's an actual one you'll watch and like.
Maybe. I do like Will, so.
Well, he wasn't in it much.
Okay, still a cool guy.
I agree.
He got up at 6:30 in the morning for us.
Oh yeah, he's a cool guy. So I appreciate him.
Mm-hmm. I'd appreciate that footage, by the way.
I'll do what I can.
I know. I just remind you every time I see you.
I should have recorded it myself, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah, lesson learned. Anyways, back to the show.
Back from Tangent Town.
Yeah, back from commercial break.
Jesus Christ, we are out of practice. We have not done this in forever. You know, me and you haven't done a show in forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm slowly posting them on the audio feed. That's why.
True enough, but
plus you're big balling now, and you're big dogging me because you got the Ranger experience going.
You know, that's not even that's my equivalent in the Power Ranger community to talk as Jericho. So.
Okay. Which I am excited that you have Rando on next week. By the way, that's pretty cool.
You want to join me for that one?
No, I don't want to steal your thunder because he likes me more than you.
I don't know about all that one, Chief. See,
Anyways.
Orville said he missed seeing Shawn, so come on, Shawn, join me next week.
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay. That's
I miss you too, Orville.
He doesn't miss me, though.
Talk to you all the time. I don't have enough time to miss you.
That's fair.
Anyways, back to the show once more. A commercial in a commercial. What meta BS will they do next? We'll find out when you do because we're not sure what we're doing.
True, but so they bring back all the Dino Charge villains, which okay, sure.
I still like the Kyuger versions better.
Did you notice when the Dino Charge Rangers are fighting the villains that you could see the like where they had the Jew Ranger Morphers in the Sentai footage?
The Jew Ranger ones?
Jew Ranger? That's what I said.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Where were they?
It was a very clip. It was very short. It's when they were in that warehouse
Hmm.
fighting.
Oh, they were in the box
Sure, but they
when they
showed.
were delivering. So the reason that they get there is because they had to deliver the goods
Hmm.
in turn to get Keeper back, but Keeper had already spilled his guts.
Yeah, he was like, "Here's how to do this. Here's Ranger history. Here's how to make a big villain and
Yeah,
a big
he's like,
boy."
here's how go to this private YouTube video. Tommy's there talking.
At Tommy Oliver, Sean's favorite.
You know, there's a real guy named Tommy Oliver in Texas,
I'm
and
sorry.
he does something like semi-important too. That's the thing. Like I can't remember what it is, but I heard that name on a news story the other day, and I'm like, I know that name.
Did you giggle? Did you go haha?
I did chuckle to myself.
Oh man, but yeah, like when they showed that, I'm like, "Yep, Sentai footage."
Not surprising,
Did
but
now,
you know, I could tell a lot of the Sentai footage that was when
espe-
they were shifting back and forth.
especially during this team up, you can tell because the quality drops.
Yeah, a little bit. It does a little bit.
So I really enjoyed seeing the Dino Charge Rangers, especially the ones we got, because all of the ones that were in there were super likable. Not that any of them weren't, but
Hmm.
out of all of them, like Brennan was cool, Yoshi, I love seeing them. They're probably my two favorite out of the whole show.
No Torin though, or what was his name in Birdman or something? In the
Xenowing,
Yeah, Torin was the Sentai name, and Dark Torin.
Xenowing, and Doomwing. They actually referenced them in the Dr. K episode because she was like, "Yeah, in the Dino Charge universe," which is it's funny. They mentioned he called her to her dimension, and then they mentioned a completely different dimension separate from both of them. It's like, bro.
It's like, wow, that they really upped their game with AOL Instant Messenger.
Now I do want to ask you about this. How do you feel about them referencing other seasons and other dimensions, like not just in team up episodes? Like I that's one thing. It's like world building. I really enjoy it. I hate when they try to. Oh, we're just rangers. Like, so you're not going to acknowledge that there was other rangers before you.
They're building well, and they Keeper did that a couple times too in the next in the next at the beginning of episode 13. But it's nice because they're building or potentially doing the groundwork for like a multiverse.
Like the
You know,
MCU.
yeah, pretty much, or like Cisco in every not the company in the in the Flash show. But tangent story. Every time I see on my phone, it's like because I follow Cisco because I work for a company that deals with Cisco products, like Cisco networking, not Cisco the food company. Every time I see like I saw an article yesterday that said, "What will Cisco buy next?" I'm like, I'm waiting to see like that Cisco Ramon from what Earth? Oh, the Flashpoint Earth.
Yeah, Flashpoint when he's rich.
Yeah, when he's rich, and or the one where he's the bank robber. I forget what it was, like season 4 or 5, where they go to another dimension or another Earth or whatever, and I'm just like, man, that's funny.
True.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the show. Jeez.
Whoa. Hold up. Orville says, I was happy seeing Dr. K, but RPM sucked. Hold up. RPM is one of the best series, one of the best seasons of Power Rangers. Hands down.
You're talking about the story itself.
The entire the story was great. All the Rangers in it were fantastic. If you say it sucked because you didn't watch it or because of the airtime of it, you're correct, because it aired it was the last season Disney owned, and it aired like at 5 a.m, and it just was a pain to watch. I remember it came out during the 2009 election, and it was interrupted by a press conference with I don't even remember who the candidates were.
2009, there were no candidates.
2008, whatever.
John McCain.
Yeah, and
Barack Obama.
And Sarah Palin was somewhere in there, because during the episode with the Gold and Silver Ranger, when they made their debut, it interrupted it for a Sarah Palin conference, and I was like, Sarah Palin?
Watch it. We don't talk politics on this show.
No, I don't care about politics. I was just mad it interrupted my Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm. On Disney Channel, of all things.
It was like on Fox something. Fox Kids.
Disney Jetix?
It was like on a local station. It was like
Oh, so it was an over the air channel or one of the not. It was basic cable, not premium.
Exactly.
I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, you can watch them whenever you want now on Netflix, which I need to do. Maybe we'll have a viewing party and watch it on Netflix.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, everyone
to
is
the show.
entitled. Christian, remember, everyone is entitled to their opinion, no matter how wrong it is.
Yeah, like me.
True story. No truer words have ever been spoken by you. I'm proud of you.
I speak facts.
Big facts.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
I don't even remember where we were. Shawn, get back to the story.
so long story short, Keepers in episode 12. The Dino Charge team shows up. 4 of the 6, Pink and Green, initially don't. They were invited. They were like, no, we're busy doing anything but that. Sledge and all of his lieutenants are reanimated. And to get Keeper back, Grid Battle Force trades all the weapons that they collected from Ryjax's exploded ship. And that's the end of that episode.
And then
and everybody Dino Charge goes back home.
Yeah, they went bye-bye. So
yeah, but Keeper stayed.
For some weird reason. Whatever.
Well, but then in the beginning of the next episode, he shows up in like a jet. Like, all right, there, fighter pilot Keeper.
The thing about that is, no, because technically these episodes were out of order, and the next one should have been Making Bad, which was just a clip show. That's where I think the Dino Charge villains got destroyed. And then they destroyed Sledge.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were in the next episode. I thought they were in Grid Connection, the team up episode. Okay, well, they're gone. I was wondering where they got to.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that's why I hate some of these episode numbers and they were out of order. But I'll talk about that one. That one was just a clip show of, we need to steal diamonds to bring back or make the person we bring back more powerful. And that's why Goldar looks the way he does. But
Thank you for pointing that out, because I had no clue who the hell Goldar Maximus was and why he looked like that mid-season either Megaforce or Super Megaforce lieutenant that showed up out of nowhere.
Yes.
Yeah, he had those hard edge, like they were curved, but then he had hard edges on a lot of his. But it was a really cool storyline in the Sentai. Mm-hmm. Not so much in Megaforce, Super Megaforce.
Sentai did it better.
Always. That should honestly be a t-shirt. Sentai did it better.
And should have your face on it.
Sentai, less than or greater than Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm. That's fair, but
with my face, like my face is like sideways, like the curvature of my face, my nose makes like the greater than less than.
I can't with you, but yeah, back to the clip show. I'll talk about it because you didn't really watch it.
Yeah.
But they had a big trunk, and they were looking through it. They're like, who should we bring back? Roxy goes, which doesn't make any sense because she was like, what was that? It was they said something about one person, and then Roxy goes, that person turned good, and then she said something about Astronema, and I'm like, well, if you knew this person turned good, what is this? So I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
Power Rangers logic.
But the thing was, they redid everybody's voices. And I was like, first off, that's super disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, y'all shouldn't have done that. But like
they're not bringing them back. They're not bringing them back. Is probably a good reason why.
I don't understand. You can show the footage, but you can't let people hear the voices? Do you know if there's any legality about that?
You had told me once before when speaking to someone that we both know who has signed one of these contracts, and I'm leaving their name out on purpose, so you should follow. If you had told me that it was told directly to you, so it's not quite hearsay.
Yeah.
That they basically sign, all footage ownership, even if it's of their likeness, to the production company, Saban Brands, or whatever the company was at the time that was run by Saban. Mm-hmm. Or, I don't know how Disney works. I don't know how, Nick works. but
Yes.
they basically signed all that likeness over to that company. So you would think that they would just use it, but maybe Hasbro is like, we'll pay you, or unless there's like a SAG rules. I know that it's not union, but maybe Hasbro is nicer about it. I don't know, or there's some sort of local law for wherever it's produced
Which
that
is New Zealand.
requires, which requires something like that. I don't know.
I don't think so. Just because, remember in the Dino Thunder episode, History of the Power,
Okay.
where they
Which
showed...
was a Saban's brand.
No, that was Disney.
Which season?
Dino Thunder?
Oh, Dino Thunder. Yes, you know how I get those two confused.
Yes, but they showed everybody's, like, the history of all the Power Rangers, and then they had all the voices and everything, and I was confused. I'm like, okay, but if they can do it in that, like, what happened between Disney and then to Saban, back to Saban, and then to Hasbro? What happened? Like, if they can do it there, why can't they do it here? You get what I'm saying?
I'm wondering if there's not some sort of expiration on some of that stuff. I don't know. Haven't seen any of those contracts.
Yeah, and I don't care too much to read through them. So.
I would love to actually read through one just to see how ridiculous they are. I wonder if we can't see if we can't. We know some people. I wonder if we can't
get a hold of one and just read it.
Bring it up to them next time we physically see them.
True. Which hopefully will be at Ranger Stop, November something through something. We'll be there.
Well, before that, commercial break. Fayetteville in October.
Rocket-tober.
Maybe. And then Ranger Stop the next month, if Florida can get their head out of their ass.
Which we can hope for.
It's Florida,
Whatever.
man. It's Florida, man.
I'm really missing conventions at this point.
Yeah, but we do have a virtual one next weekend. Fayetteville, virtual. We'll see. We're still getting details, so we don't know. We'll be there at least with Michael Copon, and virtually. By there, I mean like pretty much just like this.
Yeah, just like this. But
him and Mike Olasky. So we got to figure out more stuff to talk about with Mike.
Yeah, true, because we already did one interview with him, but he's a really cool guy, and hopefully he's at Fayetteville in October, maybe.
That'd be nice.
But back to the story. So the clip show, they showed Astronema, they showed Rita and Zed, they showed Psycho Red, they showed Korag.
Wait, in human form? Was he doing this?
No. But it was cool to see all those villains and have them talk about him. Oh, that's what it was. She had said Lee and Bo turned good from Korag, and then she was like, well, what about Astronema? And I'm like, you idiot, she became a Ranger. And she became good at the end of In Space with that terrible scene with Chris crying. Well, Andros crying. That scene was awful. I'm sorry. I love In Space, but the crying thing is so overdone.
I think we've talked about it ad nauseum, how, and with Chris, on our In Space reunion panel, we talked about it, and Chris has complained about that scene a million times too.
It was bad, but yeah, it was cool seeing all of them. I mean, the voices were completely screwed up, and I mean, they showed the Lost Galaxy team up, and then the Evox comes in, and he's like, "I knew you would screw it up. We're bringing back Goldar," which, for plot point, yeah, sure, because you know they're using Sentai footage, and they bring back Goldar, and I don't know, I really hated the voice just because I was so used to Kiergan, and I actually met him, and he was a cool guy.
He's a very cool dude.
Yeah, I mean, I got a really nice video of him, which I sent to Shawn. It's perfect.
Oh, is that the one you keep sending me that won't load on my phone?
Yeah, I'll send it to you through email because you'll love it.
I'm sure I will. Or you could just put up. We'll talk later. Anyways, back to the show.
And Goldar comes in and he destroys Sledge because Sledge starts talking smack. He's like, "What is this antique gonna do?" And Goldar like jumps in the air and kicks him in the face. And I'm like, when did Goldar learn how to do that? I mean, but he's dropkicked people before, so
he can do double backflips.
True. But he destroys him. The only thing I'm upset about is the voice, like I said. I was like,
New look, new voice. I can understand that to a degree.
But it could have been similar. It was just so different.
Yeah. Give him a
So,
little bit more resonance.
yeah, Orville said, "Nice beard, Shawn." Baby
Oh, I know.
beard.
Shut up.
But that leads us into Great Connection, and I'll let you take it from here.
Okay. So Keeper had a vision of a great battle involving Power Rangers. Where have we seen this before?
Super Megaforce?
Yeah, Super Mega Farce. And which led me to believe, is Keeper a Morphin Master? But then he's like, I have no connection to the grid because I don't have my stick, my whooping stick. So is his, like in The Flash season 5, does he have Metatech? Is his staff a member of a Morphin Master?
I think it's a like conduit to the morphing grid, kind of like the coins are.
Yeah, good point. But then, because I didn't see the clip show, I wrote down, who is this Goldar from World of Warcraft?
Yeah, but now
And then
you know.
he said, and after I wrote that down, he wrote, I am Goldar Maximus. I'm like, all right, dude, where's the voice?
Yeah, I could have done a better voice. I'm be honest with you.
However, what's this shit about Devin getting hit by a meteor?
Man!
And then Devin gets hit by a meteor.
So the funny thing is, me and my brother were watching it, and he goes, "This is the stupidest shit. What do you mean he's gonna get hit by a meteor?" And I'm like,
is he gonna get crushed? Is this like Infinity or Endgame where like Thanos is gonna bring a moon down onto Iron Man?
Yeah, and I'm like, you know
No,
what it
it's
is,
just
right?
Cruz's back wheel.
Yeah. Power Rangers logic.
That it is.
So
and then they make a portal again.
And then Keeper tries, like before this, at the beginning, Keeper tries to give him a speech like, "Oh, you don't trust the morphing grid? You don't believe in the morphing grid? Like it's like a religion or something." I'm like, bro. He's like, hold up. He's like, obviously the morphing grid's real. That's how we get our powers. I can grab more effects. What do you mean? He's like, I just want to go to a video game tournament.
Yeah, I want to play my Xbox controller with my Wii U built in.
Yeah.
With my hard light character.
And then on the way there, he gets hit by a meteor. But before that,
Cruz doesn't know. He doesn't have Google Maps installed.
True. But the Rangers get a call from a different dimension. It's Tyler, which some of the Rangers are morphed and some of them aren't, which is really confusing.
Clever. Wonder what happened there. Wonder why that was the case.
Whatever.
I'm sorry. Wonder why.
He's like,
5 reasons why.
There you go. But
yeah.
He goes. He doesn't even ask for help. He's like, we're opening a portal device.
Yeah,
or
get
portal.
Here.
Get
or
here.
else.
Yeah, or else you're gonna get got.
Yeah, they're gonna come over and. That was me doing this. I'm gonna bust some skulls.
Exactly.
And then they get there, and everyone just gets shit stomped.
Yeah,
they
take Goldar Maximus.
They take 2 on screen and 2 more Dino Gems off screen.
Dino Gems.
Hold on. I'm gonna read you this because I forgot I wrote this. I put Devin hit by a meteor, and then in parentheses, Power Rangers logic.
Oh my gosh, I feel like you should take your notes to a convention once you're done with the notebook and just sell them.
I should. It'll be like a script.
Exactly, but yeah, that was
$50.
That was dumb. And then they brought the meat. Yeah, Orville said you got it wrong. It's Energems, not Dino Gems.
I don't care.
He's like, I don't care.
If you want to get technical, they're Judenchis.
From the Sentai. So he gets hit with the meteor, and then they bring back a piece, and Devin's like, where's my team at? And he's like, and the commander's like, they got captured because you don't know how to listen.
Yeah, everybody in an episode is like, they don't know how to listen. Learn your lessons. We're already in season 2. You should be better than this.
Mm-hmm. It's like some episodes he's really good, and it's other episodes like, what are you doing?
I wish I had the clip from Rocky Balboa where he's talking to his son. He's like, you're better than that. I should put that on here just to start playing it the time. Power Rangers logic. You're better than that.
Yo, you should mix them together and put it in some. We'll do that later. We'll talk later. But
this thing has the ability to do all of that in real time now with the new update.
Mm-hmm.
So we can fiddle around with this stuff at a convention whenever we see each other again next.
God only knows when that will be.
And just not even having to use the computer. So Anyways, back to the show.
Back to the show. So Devin's like, "Oh, well, we need to call for help. You said there's other Rangers." Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, someone changed his tune real quick.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, well, maybe the this meteor will help me call for other Rangers." Which he goes into a Morphex tower with it, and he's able to go into the morphing grid. He's like, "I need help. I can't do it." And then it crumbles away and turns into the red Tyrannosaurus power coin.
Is that what happened? Because I was wondering where the heck he got that dino coin from.
Yeah, the meteor crumbles away and turns into a power coin, which raises the question in later in the episode is like, okay, if that's where he got his powers from, where did the other Rangers get their power from?
Well, we can't ask any of them because they just use stunt people because they were never unmorphed.
And no Tommy.
No Sixth Rangers except the gold Dino Charge.
Which, for those who don't know, this footage that they got this from took place in Dino Charges Sentai.
Did it? I thought I watched those and didn't see them.
No, wait. Yeah, Dino Charges Sentai. Q Roger?
Kyuger.
Yeah, that one. So...
Maybe you know what? I didn't watch the team up episodes because they're always a movie, a 45-minute movie.
I enjoy that, but
but you see, for Dino Charge, Kyuger, they had like 5 or 6 different episodes and team ups and like after the fact, like 100 years later. There's just so many of them I couldn't keep track of them. So I'm like, who's this team? Forget it. I watched all 50 episodes. It took a while, so I'm okay. I'm okay with not watching the rest of them because I hadn't watched Go Busters either, so it wasn't a big deal.
Not a big deal, but
at the time for me, yeah.
So then Jason shows up through a portal. God only knows how that happened.
He was just there. He just kind of shows up like randomly, like lickety split.
Now, in your opinion, did the dialogue in this episode not match his character at all?
It matched his character when he was being replaced as the leader of the season of the power team. When he was getting big ball, or when he was getting like, I don't even know what the word is. I do. I'm not going to say that word, but when he was getting put in his place, when he was getting usurped. There we go. Word of the day: usurped.
If you don't know it, look it up.
Starts with a U.
But yeah, he comes back and then he's like, "All right, let's go help out the Rangers. Let's go to another dimension."
Yeah, again, another dimension. Although he was in that dimension anyway, because it was the main dimension.
No, the fight took place in the Dino Charge dimension.
Yes, but he was just like magically transported from wherever the heck he was.
Angel
at the
Grove
peace
Juice
conference.
Bar.
At the peace conference still.
No, he had came back from that.
Oldest 11th grader ever. Actually, that's Bart Simpson from one of the episodes of The Simpsons where him and his son are in the same 4th grade class.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so then they go and, and they're like, hey, let's fight everybody on 2 fronts because I took a World War II class once. And it's like, okay, Jason,
at this
what
point,
are we going to do?
He looks old enough. He should have been in World War II.
There was a scene where they were hiking through the desert.
Yes.
I think they might have called him last minute.
But yeah,
nice guy though.
Yeah, nice guy. But so they split up, and this is where I get really annoyed because he hands Tyler Energems charged with Morphex, or not Energems, Dino Chargers, charged with Morphex. Yeah, and it's like, okay, sure, because Evox has their Energems because he's trying to make a Zord.
Yeah, well, Zords, because he's got 6. So I'm thinking, is he making a Megazord?
Yeah.
We'll get there. Mm-hmm. I did like the setup though when they showed Robbie's the extended version of Robbie's video where they're like, it's like, how do you have this much time to say all this? Simply put, we're getting our butts kicked. We have no weapons. Everything got destroyed. We can't open a portal, but I can send you this super long, detailed video through a dimension connection somehow.
Makes sense to me.
Power Rangers logic.
For sure. So then that's when Devin showed up. But yeah, so then he gets there and everyone's, got God or whatever. Wow, I'm like way behind on my notes here. Yeah, Jason's like, hey, I'll take the Dino Charge team through the front door. You guys go through the side door. And we'll hit them on two fronts. I already said that.
Yep.
And then a whole bunch of putties showed up.
Yeah, and then Jason starts talking smack to Goldar Maximus.
Yeah. And that's when the rest of the team showed up.
He's like, you call this an army? This is an army. And then they just show up.
Where did he get his portal gun from?
Hit the button.
Yeah. I don't have to.
They know.
There's a Blaze, Roxy, and Goldar Maximus were there. I want to see a Goldar Minimus.
That's the original Goldar.
No, that was just Goldar.
Goldar.
At that point, the Beast Morpher team. Oh, I think. And then I put here. Everyone gets their shit in. Every team up gets their stuff in.
Yeah, which it was nice to see. I mean, I've already seen the footage once before, so.
But then the Beast Morpher team elsewhere interrupts Evox building his Zord Chimera. And Blaze is like, hey, by the way, Roxy sucks, so does Snide, they got. And then
he's like, I'm going to take down the Rangers. And
the second he turns
bow
around,
hit.
He walks right into a lion bow and arrow jobby.
Goes, yee.
Which looked kind of cool, though. Mm-hmm. The toy. I'm sure the toy sucks.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, and then they go, and then they're like, hey, we won. And then, or the Dino Charge and Mighty Morphin and Dino Thunder, Beast Morphers roll up to them, and they're like, hey, great job. And then Evox is like, no. The real fight hasn't even begun yet. And then, out of nowhere, a super CGI Zord shows up. But the best line in the movie, episode, a Serpentera reference.
Oh yeah. That's a lot bigger than Serpentera.
Notice that the Austin St. John ADR is so much better in this episode than the entirety of season 1.
Yikes.
I mean, it is. Well, you got to think about it. It's 27 years later, but at the same time, he can emote a little bit better than as a teenager.
This is true.
It just goes with being more mature, I think.
Yeah,
I'm giving him props there.
He's
I'm saying that he has evolved as an actor. So yeah, there's a super CGI Zord. It's got 6 heads. It's one Zord, 6 heads.
You're breaking up.
Hey.
You're back.
How about now?
You're good.
Hi, yay. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I froze. But yeah, it wasn't one Zord or 6 Zords, a Megazord. It was one Zord with 6 heads. Hence the 6 bottles of Dino DNA. And DNA.
And then we get all the Dino Megazords.
And then they win.
That's pretty much it. I mean,
I did like the fact that they put every single weapon on top of each other before, way back before Evox was there.
Yeah. To destroy
that was kind of
Goldar.
cool. Yeah. Super quick.
Yeah, then they fight a little bit with the Megazords, and then they win. Yay! End of the day. Yay! And then
they had their feel-good moment.
Yeah,
that was that.
The same thing Tommy did at the end of a Super
Every
Ninja
team
Steel.
up?
Yeah, pretty much. Wow, that's Tommy. He really is the greatest Ranger.
That was awful.
Yeah. So was that scene.
I mean, not much you can do. Slow it down, make it double the frames.
So overall, how many Morphers out of 10 would you give the lead up to the team up and then the team up itself?
What are we considering the lead up? I think was better than the team up.
I do
team
too.
Up was
the team up. I really think the lead up started with the episode that came back with Dr. K, because that's where they showed the Ranger Vault.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. I mean, they almost lingered on the Mighty Morphin blasters just a hair long, and then the editor was like, we're going to cut some frames from that. you can't linger too long.
Exactly. But yeah, how many Morphers would you give it?
I say the lead up was pretty darn good. It was probably 8. Like if you consider from episodes 9 through 12, not including the clip show because I didn't watch it.
I feel like you it would be higher with the clip show. You would just make fun of the voiceovers.
Oh yeah, but I would say the team up was probably like 6, 6.5 maybe.
Yeah, I would
I
agree
mean,
with that.
that's the problem. Like they try to cram everything into one episode, but here's the thing: give it time to breathe. We all remember Green with Evil. It was 5 episodes long.
I think that was the longest arc that Power Rangers ever had.
Contained within a season, I would venture to guess that's true. And that season had a lot of different art, like part 1, part 2, maybe even some part 3s here and there.
Yeah, and that's what I miss about Power Rangers. They don't have parts anymore.
Yeah, I mean they're all just self-contained episodes.
Mm-hmm. But I think we got introduced to some pretty cool characters like Chaco. Hopefully they do something more with him. I mean, he's not half cyborg anymore, so
Is
who
he
knows?
gonna? Do you think he'll come and be the green one, the green hippo dealio?
No, that was talked about to be Betty, but
I mean, I still stand by someone's comment of saying that Frank Reynolds has to be it,
I'd be okay with that.
because then Blaze is there already.
Got the Blaze system.
Be
Jesus.
loud and zealous every day.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I thought the team up was pretty good, but the lead up was a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I think Hasbro did it right, and if they continue with this formula, they'll be pretty successful with Power Rangers.
Yeah, I think if they keep up, I mean, I think every episode that we've talked about has been better than average,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's like this much better, just a smidge. So, yeah, I mean, if they keep it up, I mean, I'll still continue to watch unless it hits like Operation Overdrive level. Then I'll be like, I'm going to take the year off.
Yeah, we'll start again next year.
Yeah, if that's the case.
We'll talk about the Sentai.
Yeah, that would be a good transition.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I thought the team up was good. I thought there was a few things they could have done better, but seeing all like past villain stuff, and then the Lord Zed's staff, and like the Psycho Ranger cards, and then
The things they didn't pay off could be paid off later.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering where they're gonna go with that. If they're just gonna throw that stuff away, but they still have the gun, so it's like,
Well, who has custody of that stuff? You know,
the Evox.
at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's true too. Maybe the Grid Battle Force will get a hold of it. I don't know. I haven't watched the next episode after the team up, so we'll see. But yeah. Anything else you want to say before we head out?
FayetteVilleComicCon.com this weekend. Friday and Saturday we'll be involved in some capacity. There is a what is it? It's virtual, but it's also something that you do have to get a ticket for. There's some stupid thing called there's some stupid thing called TikTok Award.
Shawn should do a TikTok.
No,
I'm
gonna hard pass. Yeah, it's $10. It's 10 hours, so it's $1 an hour, and you have access to it for a good long while after the fact too. I think there's some level of interactivity. I don't know if it's included with that initial $10 ticket, but it is live streamed. There are pretty much every guest, with very few exceptions, is still going to participate. I don't have all the details yet, unfortunately. I would suggest going to FayetteVilleComicCon.com. And it's nice because if you couldn't go to the actual convention physically, you can now see it online.
Yep. And we will be a part of it, so we hope to see y'all there.
Yeah. So